Of course, whenever you're doing a repair job on your car, it's always handy to have the manual that'll show you how to do it. But tell you what, things can still get awkward. So here I want to show you what my pet hate job is. Just spin the camera around. Of course, that's the rear door. Now, one of the worst jobs in the world, in my opinion. Many a mechanic would say, oh, that's just real easy. All right, get that critter off there. Okay, now behind there is a little spring clip, and the book gives you great insight as to what you have to do. So the good book says, make this tool. This is a special tool. So it shows you the window wiper in dotted behind the tool, and the tool has to be 12.5 mil wide, 14 mil deep, so you can push it in, and you have to push that little spring clip out right there with it. Oh, what a lovely job. And so, because you don't have one of those tools just hanging on the wall, do you? So you have to go about making your own. Well, here's my version. Look at that. 12.5 millimeter. Let me get where you can see it. 12.5 millimeter, 14 mil deep. Piece of old gutter strap. Pretty thin, so you can get in behind the door. That should do the job nicely. Well, let's see. Of course, the whole trick is that you get your little tool and you pass it in. There's the handle. It's on the door. You get the little tool, and that slides in between the grooves and pushes the pin, the little pin, which is here, that little critter there. So you have to, as you slide it in, you're virtually pushing that out. If you can locate those two sides like that and push it, and that will then push the clip out of there so that you can remove the handle. Yeah, right. 2 hours later. 2 hours later, you actually managed to get it off. Wow. So that was going in there like that, pushing in so that you could push that little clip, and eventually you'll get the window winder handle off. Whoopee-doo. All right. That will allow me to pull that side trim off. And why am I doing all this? So that I can prepare the car to respray the inside of the car. Been to the professionals, they say you do the inside first. That's all those areas, and in the doorway, in there, and down here. Do all that first. When I say do it, I mean clean it up and spray it. Finish off all those areas first before you attempt to do any of the outside. So it involves stripping all that off. I'll just show you the back. So the rubbers come off. They're quite unique as well. They're on a spring with a little clip that pokes into a hole within the door frame. I should have shown you that earlier when I got them off the front. So I've got 2 more handles to go, and I have another 6 hours up my sleeve. This one, I've jiggled and fiddled and wiggled, and just it will not come off. It's a little mongrel. Anyway, I shall persevere. Funny thing is, after I called that thing a mongrel, it popped off. All right, next job is to, just with a Phillips head screwdriver, is to take the handles off, and then you can finally get to this backing board. So they come off pretty easy, and the screws drop on the floor. Next job, just undo the handle there, another Phillips head screw, and keep all your parts together. Finally, you'll be take the screw out of the ashtray there. Just one little part I did miss was replacing these rubbers. They're freely available if you've got a nice bank account, but sometimes you have to go that way. This one's not too bad, but as you may see, just cracking, so you might as well do it. What I was going to try and show you was the little clips that hold these in. So they're on a wire string, and they just pop out with a screwdriver. And you just go all the way around, pop those out, and then she'll come out. It's pretty simple, really. A bit hard to do when you're looking through the camera, but there we go. And there's the holes. You'll probably see the little clips there. So pretty good. I would have thought of that myself. So as you will see, the rubbers are actually terrible. Cactus, as we say in Australia. They're cactus. They're cactus, mate. So that's a replacement. And also, while we're about it, we might as well do this inner trim as well. Pull all those out. Now they can be probably kept, depending on what condition they're in. Okay, taking the trim off the doors is a fairly simple process. It's installed on clips, so if you gently get a screwdriver in, slide down to where you feel a clip, and then you can just pop it like that, slide up, pop it again, and pop that one. The others have popped off on their own. You'll end up with it flapping like that. Now with this particular model, which is the HQ Holden, you can pull and tug on this as much as you like, and it's pretty hard to get off. The reason being is it's held here and here with a form of a clip. Just really a tight spot that lets that hang on. So what you actually have to do, and which you should have done in the first place, I should have done, is wind the window down, and it lets you then get a screwdriver in this position here just to lever up on those two spots, and then that will come off. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so we come around this side, window is now down, and you just get the screwdriver in there and give it a lever up, and she will pop up both sides. There we go, and then it falls off on the floor. So that's fairly simple, but if you don't know that the two little clips are here, you can tug and pull for quite a while, and you have to be careful because these are only held, everything's constructed on a piece of flimsy board, and if you go tugging too hard, you pull these through the cardboard, or that's steel mounted up the top there. Just spin that round. That's got a steel corner there, and you can see how flimsy it's connected in there. They've actually, looks like someone's tried to rivet the front one, but these are pretty loose. Nothing like a little bit of rock and roll to keep things going. Had to take the door off today because whilst prepping the inside ready to paint the sills and things like that, just the inner parts, I found some rust, so I've had to take the door off so that I could get right in under there. I'll just get the light. I could get right in under there. There's a bit of rust right under, which goes right through just in front of the windscreen there. So I've got to prep that and Get some anti-rust on it. Alright, so just all part of getting the inner surfaces ready for spray. You can actually see where its original colour was blue and then somebody has actually resprayed it white. So I'm grinding that back and preparing it for blue again, natural colour. Alright, we'll finish with a little bit of crooner music. Oh my goodness, that's going back years.